Good. Here we are with our maths quiz. It's M3, M4, and M5. So you need to have 3 papers in front of you. Now, you need to have your workbook in front of you. Open your workbook at the back. Cut all 3 of your maths papers smaller and paste them in your workbook now. Okay? So, open at the back of your workbook after your phonics quiz. Cut all 3 of your maths papers, M3, M4, and M5, and paste them in the workbook. I'm getting a lot of loose quizzes that aren't being pasted in the books, and it makes it very difficult for me to mark and record your work, grade 2, because I assume that you are absent until I get through the pile of worksheets. So I would like to be able to record all of your marks at the same time. So please, paste the quizzes in the workbook, the comprehensions or the creative writings as well. I said this at the beginning of the online schooling thing. So, once all 3 math papers have been pasted, I'm going to start reading through them with you. Now, it does say the 12th of the 6th, that's not today's date. So I want you to cross that out and write 3-7-2020. So cross out the wrong date and write 3-7-2020. Now, grade 2, how this quiz works. This is about number lines and word sums. Okay? Remember, with word sums, we normally have our 3 steps. We have number 1, draw the problem. Number 2, write the number sentence. Number 3, answer the question. Okay, but because we are working with number lines, we don't draw the problem as pictures. We just show on the number line how to work. So I'm just quickly going to revise that with you. When we use a number line for a sentence, if we plus, we bounce to the bigger numbers. If we minus, we bounce backwards. Remember to always start at your first number, bounce to where you need to be, and then see where you ended up. Okay, so we are going to use this for the first one. Let me read it for you. They say the questions on this page must be used to guide your number line calculations on the next page. Marks will be given for the calculations on the number line, so you will get 1 mark for showing me the bounces on your number line, so that I can see you know from where to where you had to plus or minus. You will get a mark for the number sentence, showing me 3 plus 2 or 7 minus 2 or whatever the word sum asks of you, and then a 3rd mark for the correct answer. So 3 marks per question. So it's very important that you draw in your bounces, grade 2. Those are going to count marks. Don't skip any of the steps. Okay, so let's take a look at number 1. Jake and Molly have 24 lollipops when they put them all together. If I can give you a hint, the first number, I'm not going to give you any answers. All I'm saying is, as soon as you have your first number, go make a dot on your number line and then work from there. Oh, that's more than I can say actually, but okay, I won't say any more, but still, grade 2, keep that in mind. So, Jake and Molly have 24 lollipops when they put them all together. 13 of those 24 belong to Jake. Now they are asking, how many lollipops does Molly have? Okay, so together they have 24. 13 of those 24 are Jake's. So how many does Molly have? Use your number line. Jake and Molly have 24 lollipops when they put them all together. So mark how many they have when they put them together on your number line. Then they say Jake has 13 of those belong to Jake. So now you have to start bouncing. You decide in which direction. Do you want the number to get bigger or smaller? And then where you land is your answer. Okay. Then I want to see the number sentence. In the number sentence, it will have the numbers 24, 13, and whatever number you landed on after the bouncing. You need to show me, is it a plus or is it a minus? And then write the answer for me. Molly has how many lollipops? Grade 2, unfortunately, the only thing I can do with this quiz is read the questions for you. I can't show any examples. I can't show you what the number sentence looks like. I can't do any of the other things for you. So I'm literally just going to be reading the questions for you and showing you on which number line to do it. So your first question should only have happened on this one. Okay, the first question should only have happened here. These should not be touched yet. All right, I'm moving on. Number 2. Gus caught 12 fireflies at his grandfather's farmhouse. Now remember what I said earlier? As soon as you get your first number, go plot it on the number line so that you know where you are working from. Okay, so Gus caught 12 fireflies at his grandfather's farmhouse. So go show that on this number line. I'm going to make this one in red. Gus caught 12 fireflies on his grandfather's farmhouse. This is the one we're working with now. Show that on your number line. 5 of the fireflies escaped and flew away. Now you start bouncing. Are you going to bounce to a bigger number or to a smaller number? They flew away. 5 flew away. How many fireflies does Gus have left? Alright, and now you circle your answer. Where your bounce ended, that is your answer. So, you are going to show me the sum on here, where you started, how you bounced, and where you ended up. Then you write the sentence for me. You will have the numbers 12, 5, and whichever number you landed on after you bounced. You need to show me, is it a plus or a minus sum? Write the number sentence. If I'm going too fast, please pause the video. And then lastly, Gus has how many fireflies left? That's where you write your answer. Good. The next sum will be done here where it says Annabelle, Lizzie, and Maya. So number 3. Annabelle has 18 unicorn pencils. Now you should do your first thing on your number line. The first number you plot on your number line so you know where you're working from. So Annabelle has 18 unicorn pencils. You should do something with that. Lizzie gives her 2 rainbow pencils and Maya gives her 5 mermaid pencils. How many pencils does Annabelle have all together? So she got 2 from Maya and 2 from Lizzie and 5 from Maya. So show that on the number line. She got 2 from Lizzie and then 5 from Maya. You should be bouncing now. And then they ask how many does she have now after her friends gave her those. And now you circle where your bounce ended. That is your answer. So now you write the number sentence for me. The number sentence should have the numbers 18, 2, 5, and the answer. So this is a longer number sentence than the rest. You tell me if it's pluses or minuses. There will be 2 operations in this number sum. Good, and then you write the answer. Annabelle has how many pencils? Where did your bounce end? That is your answer. Good. Number 4, you guys are going to plot and do on the second page where it says Peter. So let's look at number 4. Peter has 7 books about reptiles. There you should already do your first thing. Plot the first number on your number line. Peter has 7 books about reptiles. He wants to double his number of books. Here you have to think about what does doubling mean, and then you have to use that many bounces. You decide which way. He wants to double his number of books. How many books does he still need to have double of 7? So listen to the question, grade 2. Listen carefully to the question. I'm not saying Peter had 7, he doubled his books. How many does he have now? That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking for, your answer should not be double 7. That's not what I want. I want to know, he had 7. He wants to double. So make your bounces. But this time you are going to count your bounces. You are not going to see where the bounce ended. That's not the answer, because that's not what I'm asking for. I'm asking how many books does he still need to have double of 7. So the number of bounces you made on your number line, that will be the answer. The number of bounces you made here, that is your answer, not where the bounce ended. Now for the number sentence, I'm going to spoil something for you. It has to be a minus sum. And this is how it works. The answer of double 7 minus 7 will give you your answer that you want. So the answer to double 7 minus 7 will give you your answer. And then lastly, Peter needs how many books? Now write in the answer, the number of bounces. It's very important that you listen to the question. Number 5, I don't even have to do this because it's the last one. Birds on a wire. This is the one we are doing now. So number 5. There are 34 birds on a wire. There you should do your first thing on the number line. Mark it. There are 34 birds on a wire. 13 of these birds fly away. So make your first bounces. Does it go up or down? 13 of the birds that were on the wire flew away. Good. Now where your bounce stopped, keep your pencil there. 5 of the birds come back and sit on the wire again. So now you have to bounce again, but you decide which direction. So 13 flew away, but then 5 came back. My question, how many birds are on the wire now? So where your last bounce ended, that will be your answer. Your number sentence again will have 2 operations. They will be different though. 2 different operations. The numbers 34, 5 and 13 need to be in that number sentence. I want to see them there. And then lastly, there are how many birds on the wire? What was your answer? Where did your second bounce end? Good. I hope you guys followed the steps. I hope you guys listened to my hints. I just wanted you guys to come in to this with a fresh mind because it has been a little while. But don't worry about it. We are going to look at this quiz when you guys come back and talk about how it should have been done, or we will look at the quiz and I will say, oh my word, I did not expect all of you to do this amazing. Thank you, grade 2. All right, so I think it's our creative writing after this. And then we are done for the day. Am I right? I think so. Okay,